And I think it's now recording.
Perfect. All right. Well, welcome everyone to our virtual open house. This is certainly different, but we're hoping that you're going to enjoy it. We really appreciate families working so closely with us this year and making this such a great year, getting the kids back and, back in session and back together with friends and teachers and staff. And so far, I think most of the kids are really just having a great time and so thrilled to be back.
Yeah. Glad that we're able to be all in person. So Ms. Yarlett created a virtual tour of the school, since unfortunately we're not currently allowed to do open house in school. We know part of the fun is being able to see what the different bulletin boards look like. So we'll play this video for you. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? This is like a flashback to last year. Let me stop sharing for a minute and share my sound.
And that way you guys can get to see the inside of the school a little bit, which will give you some insight into how things look.
Can you hear it okay? That's our room, the outside. So that was the inside of our school. That's not moving to the next slide. Try again. There we go. All right. And then Ms. Yarlett recorded a message for everybody. She wanted everyone to be able to see.
Good evening. My name is Katie Yarlett Fenty, and I am proud to serve as the principal of Francis Parker School Number 23. It's a pleasure to welcome you to our open house this evening. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to meet your child's teachers, find out about what your student will learn over the course of the year, and understand the teacher's academic expectations so that we can work together to help your child succeed. At Francis Parker, it is our mission to provide the best possible education for every student. And it is our philosophy that this only happens when there is cooperation and communication between the school and families at home. Parents, we know that the success of our students is a result of many positive contributing factors. Your presence here tonight is a strong indication of your commitment to your child's education. We are so glad you are here, and we appreciate your support to ensure that your child attends school, completes his or her homework, and is prepared for all of those tests and quizzes. We encourage you to continue this commitment throughout the school year and to stay informed of your child's academic progress. I wanted to share quickly our school website and where you can find many, many different resources. So first, you can see that this is our Bitmoji school. When you come here, all you have to do is click on things that interest you. For instance, if you would like to go to my office and have information shared with you that you think would be helpful, you can click on me right here. On the right side, you'll see Miss Roberts, our assistant principal. You can certainly click on her and it will take you to her office where she has resources to share. No matter what, when you enter the school through these double doors, anytime you are done viewing a particular staff member's page, in the bottom corner, you will always find this little icon. If you click on our school logo, you can come right back to this page, and then you just click the double doors and re-enter our building. Here we go. Once you click on the double doors, you can view a quick video tour, or you can go to our guidance counselors, you can go to our custodial staff, you can go into each individual grade level and find your particular child's classroom. You can also click on the specials to learn about music, art, library, and PE, related services, support staff, office staff, the nurse, and intervention teachers. And again, down here in the right corner, you will see our logo. If you click on it, it takes you right back here. So let's go back in. I'm going to go to third grade. You can see we have Ms. Burton in Ms. Swick's class and Ms. Basconte.
Yeah, you just have to change.
Grade level, you will see a little bookcase with numerous resources that if you drag your mouse across, you can click on that are things you can do with your child at home to help them. Once you do find a classroom you want to enter, please click and you will go into their classroom. Here you'll find many resources. You just have to take your cursor and you just and as you find something where there's a link, you click on it and it will take you to that resource. Each teacher, if you click, has a biography about themselves. Here you can see that there's a daily schedule you can view, Zoom links for class. This is about our house system. This is for math. You can just poke around. Again, when you're done clicking on any resources, click this icon and you can come back to the beginning. Go in the double doors and start again. We hope that this will be an incredible resource for you and your family as you have questions. This is a wonderful place to come. And of course, up at the very top, you'll see all our Francis School number 23 updates. This is updated regularly with the most important current information that you need to be aware of. I highly recommend you check this weekly, as everything here is something that you will find useful. So with that, I want to go ahead and let you guys go into your teachers' classrooms and enjoy your time learning all about your children's teachers and what they're learning. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, welcome, Kalai. We're glad you could join us this evening.
Hi.
We're going to go on to the next slide. And we wanted to just a reminder, if families could please mute themselves so we limit the amount of echoing that's happening. If you could please go ahead and mute. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start. So get to know a little bit about me. I have been in this district. This is my 29th year of teaching. I'm a graduate of SUNY Geneseo and Nazareth College and have my master's degree in reading education. I have 2 boys and a wonderful husband, and we enjoy traveling and cooking together and all kinds of soccer games. We're big into sports. So that is a little bit about Mrs. Buonomo, and I look forward to getting to know more and more about the students each day.
A little bit about me. I'm Mrs. Thettu. This is my second year at School 23. It's my 20th year teaching. Some of you know Mr. Thettu, who also works in the building. He's an OT at School 23. And we have two children. Our son is in 7th grade. I feel weird even saying that. I can't believe it. And I have a daughter who's in 5th grade. And we have a pet cat and a pet fish, and you can see some of my favorite things down there. A lot of the things I enjoy are things that I like to bring into the classroom too. I have a huge love of Harry Potter, so I know there's some Harry Potter readers in our classroom. So that's just a little bit about me, and these are on our website, which Ms. Yarlett just showed you how to get to our Bitmoji classrooms. So if you ever want to take more time and read these more closely, you can click on our little pictures in our Bitmoji classroom and can always access these. And then we work with Mrs. Q as well. She's not on the open house meeting tonight, but she is a wonderful, wonderful third adult who works in our classroom with the kids. And we just feel so lucky to have her support each day through the school day.
All right, so some friends might be wondering about technology this year. As you may have seen in my emails and in some of our newsletters that we've been sending, it's so important that the kids are bringing their Chromebooks back and forth each day and making sure that they are fully charged. You know, having been remote for so long, you know, the kids really became experts on how to use our Chromebooks that they have. They're really experts in Google Classroom and how to get on Rock Connect to access things. So we have so many kids in the class who are they're tech whizzes. And so we recognize the fact that the kids have been on technology for a very long time. And so we are trying to make sure that we are, you know, leveling out the amount of time that they are spending on computers right now. So we're using technology. We have a very solid purpose for when we use technology. We're using it for math Zern. So when Mrs. Thettu and I are working with small groups of students, the other kids are working on math Zern. And it's great because they can work right at their level. It adjusts to where they are. They have their individual workbooks that are at their level, and they can do that completely independently. And then they turn in an exit ticket to us, and that is graded and returned to them. We also have them using Freckle Math to practice math facts and build up their fluency and stamina. We have Success Maker, which is a reading program provided to us by our district that the kids can use, again, during small group instruction. And we have the opportunities to do research and projects, and then in some cases to use Google Classroom. We're not using Google Classroom every single day. You know, an example of when we would use Google Classroom would be like yesterday during social studies, Mrs. Thettu put a link in their Google Classroom so they could all just easily click on it, and it took them right where we needed them to go. And they were just doing some reading about our social studies topic. So at this point, technology is a part of our day. It's not a huge part of our day at this point, although we do recognize, obviously, that technology is it's our present, it's our future. So we will use it. It's not something that we're never going to use. We are using it, and please know that, you know, research projects are coming, and they'll have an opportunity to create all kinds of, you know, PowerPoints and Google Slides and those types of things. So they will be ready for, you know, middle school and high school as well.
This year, our school is following a school-wide policy for behavior. It is something that existed in our school a few years ago, and we've brought it back. It's the pause matrix. So the 4 parts of pause represent the behaviors that we would hope to see from all students throughout the school building. And we like that we have a unified language. So any adult passing by students in the hall can recognize the wonderful behaviors we're seeing from everybody. So pause stands for practice kindness, act respectfully, we are responsible, and self-control. So these are traits that we see as important and valuable to be able to treat each other with respect and to be responsible and ready for the day in order to have our best learning opportunities. It's a positive way of recognizing behaviors. So we like that you could pass a student at any grade level and say, wow, I see how you're practicing kindness. And it's a universal language that everyone in the school will recognize.
In conjunction with that, we have a step up board, as you can see here. This is the actual one that is in our classroom. And each morning the kids start out at the bottom, and throughout the day, as they do great things following that pause matrix, they can bump up. And then those steps convert into class dojo points. So those of you who are connected to class dojo, the kids can earn points throughout the day for persistence, for participation, for working hard, for being on task. Those are things that Mrs. Thettu and I really love to call attention to. The idea is to really focus on the positives and not always the negatives. And the kids have really risen to the challenge. They are so quick when we mention, step up board or kids are doing a great job. Boy, they just love it. And they're doing such a nice job with it. And so every student has a little magnet with their name on it, and we just bump them up, and each day we start fresh. And the nice thing is, if a student gets up to level 3 and then maybe they forgot about the pause for a couple of minutes and something negative happened, they don't go backwards. We really just want to keep bumping kids up and focusing on that positive. And so, and I'm not sure if it's the next slide, Mrs. Thettu, if you want to just jump down one slide. Is it dojo? Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
So with our dojo points, the kids have opportunities to earn small little prizes. And so as we convert those step up points into dojo points, for example, thank you. You'll see, like, for example, when they earn 50 points, we have just like little special pencils. If they get up to 150 points, we have a special little prize bin that they can pick from. When they get all the way up to 200 points, they might come home with a special one night only homework pass for doing a great job. And it's just so motivating for the kids. They really, really work hard toward it. So nice job. Those of you who are listening, we're very impressed.
Absolutely. We have such a positive, supportive classroom community. The kids work together so beautifully to help each other throughout the day. Here is our daily schedule. And this is just, it's an estimate of what time things happen through the day. We start our day off with breakfast, and during our morning work time, there's a little check-in where the kids fill out how they're feeling that day. It's based on the zones of regulation. So they talk about what color they are feeling that day. If they're green, they're happy, they feel ready for success, ready to begin the day. If they're feeling yellow, it means they might be feeling excited about something, or a little wiggly, or maybe starting to get a little bit anxious. Blue means sad or tired, and then red would be if they're having a hard time. So we like to do those check-ins first thing in the morning so we can offer support to anyone who needs it. And so that we can talk about how to be ready for our day. And then we have a morning meeting.
Yeah, and part of the morning meeting is, again, doing that check-in and building that positive classroom culture. We want the kids to make connections with one another. They haven't been around a whole classroom full of kids in a year and a half. So it's so important that they find things in common with others. And so part of our morning meeting might be, we might put up a whole bunch of different emojis, and they have to tell us which emoji they're feeling like today. Or we have some different GIFs we might put up, and it might be a superhero or a kid president or a dog just moving really slowly. And they can express why they're feeling that way or connect. Oh yeah, I'm feeling the same way as she is, or I had the same experience as him. It's just a great way for the kids to connect, and we also participate in it as well.
It's one of the most fun parts of the day, in my opinion. We get to really learn more about each other first thing. And then we have math, and we have a whole group component to our math, and then small groups where everyone is working at the level where they need to be working at, and we push everyone forward. If you look at our schedule, it looks like recess is only 10 minutes, but that is not true. We make sure to get ourselves outside. We're out there at least 20 minutes every day. And we're going out as much as we can while the weather is allowing it. And then when we return, we have social studies, ELA, lunch, writing time right after lunch. At the end of our day, we have specials. And it ends up being that by the time we return from specials, we're making our announcements that need to be made and preparing for heading home. And our day goes so quickly. I look at all these things that we do through the day, and it just really flies by.
All right, the next couple of slides. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Thettu.
No, that's okay. I was just, this is kind of the schedule, so I figured I'll just point out, this tells you when we have what.
Right, in the next few slides, you're going to see slides that our art teacher, our PE teacher, our music teacher, and our librarian and strings teacher made, and then we put them into our slide presentation. So Mrs. Thettu, then we'll scroll down for us. And there we have Mr. Greer. He is our PE teacher. It's nice that the kids can be in the gym. They're social distancing in the gym while they're doing their calisthenics and small games and things. And he's got some great ideas for that.
Yes, and I will click on the video, but I'm not sure if that we will be providing you with this Google Slides presentation as well. So if we end up going quickly through things that you wanted to look at more closely, you will have access to this to be able to view it. So Mr. Greer has included a link so we can see what is being worked on this week. Oh, well, oh, sorry, you're on mute. I'll try one.
There we go. Yep. So then we have our strings teacher, Miss Boyd, has put in a slide here. We have some of our students who have started strings for the first time this year. And boy, oh boy, are they super excited. They walk in each day with their violins or violas, and they're taking such good care of them. At this stage of the game, we are reminding kids about their lessons, and I have an alarm set on my phone that I feel like goes off all the time to remind us when certain kids are going to brass or clarinets or whatever. And it's pretty neat because we have a lot of kids involved this year. So they're really excited. But eventually our goal is to build in that independence where they will remember, okay, I have my lesson on Thursday, or I have to bring my instruments, or, oh boy, my lesson's at 10:05. I better pay close attention to the clock. So right now we're working with them, reminding them, but eventually we're going to release the reins and they will be responsible for knowing when it's their time to go.
They're already showing such growth. They know, they're like, that timer's going to go off really soon.
I love when the timer goes off and they'll say, oh, Estes, it's your turn, or Lauren, it's your turn. They know when each other has to go. It's so cute. All right, next we have a new librarian. This is Mrs. Carlson. No relation to our first grade teacher, Mrs. Carlson, but this Mrs. Carlson is brand new to our building, and she's been in our district before, and she's just been a welcome addition. She's got great ideas and lots of energy, and we're really happy to have her with us.
We have Miss English for art, and we're so happy that she's in the building with us every day. So here's a little bit about Mrs. English. And then she included some examples of what the room looks like and her beautiful bulletin board.
She's amazing. She is so talented, and the kids just love going to art. Love it. And she's been great. She started a little art club. So she's taking 3 kids at a time right now. So the next 3 will be starting soon. So, you know, as the school year moves on, everyone will have an opportunity to go. So if you are hearing that some kids got picked for art club and I didn't, please rest assured everyone will get a chance to go.
Yes, she pulls that small group. It's right at the end of breakfast, and they come back with the most amazing projects. All right, and then we have Ms. Polashansky with a quick video to show you.
This is Miss P. This is Miss Lee. Welcome to the Francis Parker Music Room. We were the teachers so far for school. Miss Lee is our wonderful student teacher, and she is going to introduce herself in just a moment. And I am Miss Polashansky, and I will be the music teacher for the rest of the year once Miss Lee finishes her placement.
Hi, I'm Miss Lee. I'm a senior at Nazareth College, and I completed my elementary student teaching placement here at Francis Parker School 23 with a focus on teaching the older students ukulele and piano.
Welcome back to Music in the Music Room. This year we are making every effort to create music each and every class. All students are playing classroom instruments such as drums, rhythm sticks, boom whackers, and xylophones. The older students are also playing ukulele and piano. Every student, kindergarten through 6th grade, sings and moves every class. We are music readers, music writers, and music performers. Above all, every student is using music class to explore music as an experience and hopefully instill a lifelong love of music and all of the arts. Some may say music education is a privilege, and I would argue it is a human right. Thank you for raising such wonderful musicians and children, and I am so happy to be back in person with them. Let me know if you have any questions at all about music at Francis Parker School number 23.
Ms. Polashansky has such a wonderful time with our class. We just had music today, and she said ending her day with our class is her favorite thing. She really, really loves what a positive note the day ends on. So we enjoy our time with her. And another video about band and choir.
It is such a thrill that choir and band are back in person. Choir meets every C-Day in groups of 10 or less, rotating through a schedule in the music room where we sing different styles and genres in different languages and really explore the art of good and fun singing. Once a month, we meet in the gym, spaced out to hear the full sound of all 60 students. We are performing repertoire for a winter and spring concert. Winter will be live streamed, spring will be outside, dates to be announced, and any other performances that come up. Band happens on every D-Day, also on a rotating schedule based off of what instrument your child plays. They are in groups of 10 to 12, spaced out in the music room. Every brass or woodwind player plays with an instrument mask that has a flap and a hole for the mouthpiece, but it covers and doesn't allow any air or germs to get out, as well as a covering for the bell of their instrument, which does the same. Percussion doesn't need that because they don't put their mouths on an instrument. Please be patient this year as I am on the emergency sub list, so if we do not have enough substitutes to cover classes on band and choir days, there's always the potential that it could be canceled and I'll get pulled to sub. Our concerts may look different because of that and other performance opportunities. It is definitely an all hands on deck type of year. So I will do everything in my power to make sure as much music happens, but there are some situations I don't have control over. I am so enjoying making music with your children. We are having a blast this year. It is the biggest our band has ever been. It is the biggest our choir has ever been since I've been here. And I think we all needed a little bit of music. So despite any challenges, we will make it through this and create beautiful music together. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. It is such a thrill.
There we go.
All right. So Mrs. Thettu and I are pretty easygoing people. We do not want students to feel stressed about anything. We always tell the kids if we work together and we talk things out, we can solve anything. And so we asked very, very few things and we wanted you to know what they were. We expect that the kids will put forth their best effort at all times. We really want kids to try. And if you don't understand something, we want you to advocate for yourself. And we use that phrase, advocate for yourself. Tell us, Mrs. Buonomo, I'm struggling with this, or Mrs. Thettu, can you please help me with this? I don't understand it. Let us know. We expect you to complete homework each night. Homework is only given Monday through Thursday. It is not given over the weekends. We expect the kids to do some reading over the weekend or practice those multiplication facts. So homework is just a reflection of what's being taught. And it's most likely an easier version of what we're doing in the classroom just to keep things light. Clearly that should not say read, it should say read. Read for 20 minutes each evening.
We both missed that. I'm sorry.
Reading each night is just a great way for the kids to relax, unwind, love a book. We do a lot of reading in our classroom. We have books everywhere, so the kids are immersed in literature all the time. We expect the kids to bring their Chromebooks each day charged, and we are expecting them to master those multiplication facts.
All right, this is just a brief, we won't go into this too in depth, but this is what we showed the students for their procedure when they come in, and they have become so independent in the morning. We've come a long way since the first day of school. There's so much that they need to remember. So everyone goes straight to their seat. They unpack themselves. They hang their items in the closet. They grab their breakfast. They eat. We have our morning check-in with our math problems that help us warm up our brain in the morning. And usually the kids do this entirely without needing any prompts. We have a visual timer in the classroom that shows how much time is left. So we turn the dial and it shows this red wedge and it shows them exactly how much time they have. And then when the red disappears, it's time to be ready to learn. And they have really become independent with our procedures. Dismissal happens very quickly after specials. We have a different procedure from what it's been in the past, just to make sure everyone is spaced out as everyone exits the building. So Mrs. Buonomo takes the students who ride the bus outside and gets them onto their bus. And then anyone being picked up or who walks home independently, we head to the gym. By now, most of you who do pick up have experienced the process at this point, but we are having parents check in at the door, and then they radio for who needs to come out. And what a difference it is now that this procedure has been going for a while. It used to be a much longer wait, and we thank all the parents for their patience as we got used to this new routine and ironed out exactly how to get everyone out the door efficiently. So things are going smoothly now. All right, our grading policy.
All right, so as you know, our first marking period will be coming to an end very shortly. We will be looking at report cards probably around second to third week in November. I just wanted everyone to see here the grading system. So we are using the left-hand side on a scale of 1 to 9, as most of you are familiar with. You know, when you see your child's report card, you see a grade for, you know, ELA, math, science, social studies. Attendance will be on there. There will be comments from Mrs. Thettu and myself. Please keep in mind that this is the first marking period, okay? We're working on getting the kids to working toward meeting those 4th grade standards. 4th grade standards are very rigorous. And just keeping that in mind as you see your child's report card come home. You know, please don't panic if you're not seeing, you know, 6s and 7s right out of the gate. They've been out of school a year and a half. And although most of the kids are, you know, they're adjusting and things, we want this to be a smooth transition. And so they are working hard. And you know, we've had to go back and do a little bit of reteaching of things that were just needed some review. But just be on the lookout for this type of a scale, and know that you know, we're working hard to get everyone meeting and exceeding those standards. But it's going to take some time. So we all appreciate everything that you're doing at home to support everything, the math and ELA, and encouraging them to read and practicing those math facts at home. All of those efforts don't go unnoticed, and we truly, truly appreciate it.
I believe we touched on homework already in an earlier slide. I'll just repeat that we do want the homework to be something that's independent. So you might look at it and just know it's not a reflection of exactly the type of work we're doing in class. We know it is a long day, and we're all getting used to being in person 5 days a week. It's a long, exhausting day. So for the homework, our goal is just to be able to keep all the skills fresh in our brains and get that little bit of extra practice each night. But we do encourage you to look at the feedback that we provide on the homework. Mrs. Buonomo and I make sure we really value giving the feedback back as soon as possible, so that students can learn from the homework and not wonder how they did. It's really important that they know, oh, I know how to fix that for next time.
Okay, oh, go ahead. Did you want to do that
I was
one?
just going to say, I think
Yeah,
supporting your child at home, always, please feel comfortable reaching out to us if there's anything going on that you think is going to affect your child during the school day. Email is probably the quickest way to get information to us, because we do check that several times through the day. But if ever you need to speak with us, definitely send us an email asking for us to call if it's something that you really need to speak about on the phone, and one of us will make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. We've been emailing weekly newsletters so you know what we're currently learning and what we worked on throughout each week. The blue folders that the students take home each night have lots of notes. That's how we send home paper copies of information. Tonight, the kids would have had the flyer for tonight, the open house flyer, and there's a flyer about Spirit Week and the costume parade. So looking through and seeing those notes is a really stay up to date, though we do also try to email all that important information to you as well. And we do want to emphasize taking the papers out of the folder. If the put it on the keep at home side, those papers can come out and they won't need them. That's something that you can look at. Hi, Mr. Greer. Thanks for joining us. And then if we do want the kids to try their homework independently, but if they're struggling and they've tried it on their own and it's a struggle, we do appreciate if you're able to support them with that homework. Finally, just attendance. Attendance is so important. We've been so happy to see each student in class every day. So thank you, parents, for all your support with all of this. We truly appreciate you. And there's no way we could do this independently of each other. So you are we're all part of a team working together to help everybody learn. And we're so grateful to you.
So assessment information, and this I'll go through. During 4th grade, the kids will take 3 New York State end of the year assessments. They will take one in ELA, they will take one in math, and then as 4th graders, they also take a state science test, which has 2 parts to it. One part is an actual performance part where they get to practice what we've taught them. They do little science experiments and answer questions, and the kids love it because it's actually really fun. And the second part is just what you would expect. It's a written test with multiple choice questions. So they will take those 3 toward the end of May. The official testing schedule has not come out yet. When we know the official dates, we will let you know. We've also already shared with you your child's F&P reading assessment, as well as their NWEA scores for math and ELA. That data was shared with you just so you get an idea, a ballpark idea of where they are right now. And we will give those assessments again in January and then again in June. And the idea is that we see growth, okay? Yes, there is a benchmark where we expect kids to be at certain points in the year, but it's most important that we see growth in each student, okay? As things get more challenging, we expect that they'll really try their best and get bumped up to different levels. So our goal is that if your child is reading at a level M right now, that they'll bump up a couple of levels by the end of the year. So growth, we're always telling the kids, especially like even today with multiplication, for example, we're doing a lot of multiplication drills to make sure they know those facts. And if yesterday you only knew 10 of them, but today you knew 12 of them, that's growth. And maybe by the end of next week, you might know 15 of them. We encourage that, and we really promote the growth mindset.
Okay,
Yeah,
all about Google
yeah.
Classroom. We kind of spoke to that already. Just that it's a quick way for kids to access assignments and navigate through technology, but nothing like last year. Not the bulk of assignments won't be posted on Google Classroom, but we do want them to remain familiar with the platform. Okay.
Yeah, so the next few slides are just about each different subject area. reading, math, science, social studies. And we just talk about the different skills that the kids will be working on in each subject at fourth grade level. But the foundation of each subject is really reading. The math tests, the science tests, the social studies tests and quizzes, the basis of it is reading. So we really push.
Mrs. Buonomo, I'm sorry, your sound has faded a little bit. It's hard to hear.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
I don't know why I'm not muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it was just fading. I don't know if it's the headset or it was a little better when you leaned in though.
Sorry, is that any better?
Yeah, that is better.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So what I was saying was that the foundation of all of our subjects that we teach in fourth grade is reading. And the assessments are reading tests essentially. Even though they're testing science skills or testing math skills, students need to be able to read the material that's on the test. And so Mrs. Thettu and I really push a lot of vocabulary, academic vocabulary, so the kids can recognize words that we're talking about in social studies or math or science. They're using them in context when they speak, when they write, and that really, really helps them with comprehension of the material. And so I believe, Mrs. Thettu, the next few slides go through each different subject, just about the different things that we're going to touch on this year.
Yes, and again, we'll provide you with this slide. I'm looking at the clock. I cannot believe it's almost, we've got about 10 minutes left. So we'll provide you with this presentation where you'll be able to see more closely the types of writing that we'll be doing. And then these are all the different topics. So much gets covered in fourth grade math. It gets intense. So this is a list of all those skills, a preview. All our science topics that will be covered. And again, science, it does repeat through the years. So we build on concepts they've learned about before and expand their knowledge about each of those concepts. And we will be becoming more hands-on with our science. Right now, we're in the middle of a big social studies project-based learning that we'll tell you a little more about in a minute. But in the next quarter, the focus will shift more to science. So we are very excited to begin some of that hands-on instruction. These are all the topics we cover in social studies. The big focus for social studies is New York State, the geography of New York, the history of New York. So fourth grade, I've always thought fourth grade social studies is very exciting because the kids are hearing about where they live. And a lot of the topics are, a lot of the discussions about places are familiar.
Okay, so birthdays, we do celebrate birthdays in our classroom. We recognize students as their birthdays come up. I know Mrs. Yarlett makes a big deal about it on the PA announcements in the morning, and the kids go down and get a treat from Mrs. Yarlett. At this point, we're asking that treats are not shared for birthdays. If you would like to send in pencils or donate bookmarks, or I've had families donate a book to the classroom in honor of their child's first birthday. We can certainly do that and appreciate that greatly, but we'd like to make a big deal about it and give them a certificate, and it's their special day.
Right. And similarly, holidays are so important, and we really want to know so much about what each family values. So if you have a special celebration or a tradition coming up, we always encourage kids to share their unique traditions. So please reach out if there's anything that you would like us to be sure to cover and share, and we do our best to honor all celebrations and holidays. The fun virtual field trips. We had one today. I'm wondering if anyone went home and told their families about our Zoom meeting with the folks at Ganondagan today. And thank you so much to PTA. Thank you, Ms. Croney, for helping us get that put together. We really enjoyed hearing from our experts today. A huge part of project-based learning is getting input from experts to gather information. I tried to take more photos of our field trip today, but it turns out smartboard images don't make great photographs for slide presentations. So these are the two that I was able to zoom right in on the computer. They had this beautiful diorama of a longhouse. And they did encourage the kids, if anyone is able to get out to Ganondagan in person, they have a life-size longhouse that students can actually go in. We would have loved to have gone in person, but in any case, we were so thrilled that they were able to Zoom with us into the classroom so we could learn about some of the information. They did a really great job of wheeling their iPad around and showing us the display cases and explaining the importance of everything they have there. And the kids really held on to their background knowledge. They were remembering some of the things that we taught them prior to going into the presentation today. So that was fun. We also have some walking field trips coming up. And you should see a form coming home very soon for that, because our first walking field trip to the Memorial Art Gallery is next week on Friday. We will be walking there in the morning, and we get to go there 4 times. So look for those forms in the folder, hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow by Monday at the latest. Student.
All right, our student of the week. This is a big deal. So this is actually a picture from our classroom. Mrs. Thettu and I thought it would be a great idea this year to honor one student each week. And I see we have a couple of our students of the week on here. And so we really look for someone who's following those pods, doing all of the right things, turning in homework, being respectful and kind, helping others. And so each week on Friday afternoon, I get out my light up tambourine and the kids do a drum roll on their desk, and the looks on their faces when their name is called is absolutely priceless. They look like they've won $1 million. And they get this big poster board that has a sparkle border on it, and they get to take it home and decorate it with things all about themselves. And then it's displayed in our classroom for the week. And everyone gets to learn a little something new about their classmates. It's so adorable. They are so excited about it. So tomorrow we'll see who the new student of the week is. Stay tuned.
The tambourine ready. We've already sent our first book orders out. We are apologetic by how long it is taking. Scholastic is experiencing huge shipping delays. So a couple of the kids who did order asked where the books are. Normally they would come within a week, 2 at the most, but I think they said it's something like 3 to 4 weeks for the shipping right now. So thank you to those of you who, thank you for your patience. Those of you who ordered the books, they're coming. So that's a really fun way to build up your library at home for independent reading. And the book orders do give you reading levels on there. So if you're looking for something that's just right for your child, you can kind of try and match up that F&P level that we gave you just to be in range of a book that's something they'd enjoy independently. We have been doing a fabulous job being safe with the mask wearing in school and the sanitizing. We did a funny lesson about how not to wear a mask. The kids had a whole lot of fun laughing at some goofy pictures of how not to wear it, but they're really doing a good job keeping each other safe in the classroom each day. And then here's just some, you'll have these links, some helpful resources if you wanted to do some extra thing home. I apologize for going fast. I'm like looking at the clock.
We don't have any after school programs at this time. We're hoping that perhaps closer to spring, we'll be able to do something after school, but we will definitely keep you updated. And we spoke about some of this earlier.
Yeah.
We'll communicate with you, our weekly newsletters, our emails that go out to you. Class Dojo, you can use the message part of that to shoot us a quick text. If you are not connected to Class Dojo, or if you're currently not getting our emails, just let us know. We're happy to help you get connected and get on our email lists. Oops.
Oh, I think we covered this. Yeah. There's our contact information right there on that page, a quick and easy way to get to our email addresses. And there is a phone number there for the classroom. Just know that it does go straight to voicemail during the school day. And the students do eat lunch in the classroom as well. So we don't have an empty, quiet classroom to make phone calls until 2 o'clock. And we do want to make sure the calls are private. So later you would more likely hear from us later in the day if you left a voicemail. So again, email is probably the quickest way to get through to us during the day. The fun part, we can end with some photos.
Some cool photos at recess. The kids are just having a blast.
Yes. Our project-based learning launch. We do some hands-on activities to really develop our interest in researching the needs of American people of New York. And we worked really nicely as a team. Lots of photos from our project-based learning launch. That's what our classroom looks like. We wish you could come in, so we're trying to get to you through the screen.
Just our calendar area and Zern and all the things
yes.
that are just the things that the kids are doing. We wanted to make it an inviting place for them to come each day and make sure that they enjoy it and that the environment that they come to each day is welcoming.
This flyer came home today. Next week is Spirit Week. We want to be able to have fun school-wide events. So looks like next Thursday, the only place where the grade levels will be a little different. The 4th grade will be wearing black for class color. And then Character Day is coming up on Friday next week. So bring their costumes with them and change into them after lunch. And weather pending, we're hoping to be able to do the character parade. We're hoping the rain will stay away.
All right. Well, we got through it, Mrs. Thettu, right on time. Like Mrs. Thettu said, please reach out to us at any point. We're very flexible. We're open to conversations. Does anybody have any questions right now that we can answer for you?
Good evening, Mrs. Buonomo, Mrs. Thettu. This is Mrs. Gramble. I'm doing good, and yourself?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. I have one question, and then I have a comment for you, if you don't mind. I hear the word classroom dojo. Does dojo stand for something in particular?
It does not stand for anything in particular. I know when we spoke to Mom during the conference that she was going to connect it, and I did send her an extra invite, so she should be able to be connected
Yes.
at this point. So she can see the communications.
Yeah, she's still having trouble trying to connect to it, but I think she's gonna email you, I think either tomorrow or Monday regarding that. And then, okay, and then my comment, and this comment is directed to the three of you. I just want to say, I really truly enjoyed this open house. Hearing the information that you guys shared this evening really did my heart good, because I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time as a grandmother, and especially a hands-on grandmother, letting particularly my grandchildren go, because the whole time that they were on remote and being with me, some of the things that we were doing, and now with them going into school, what really did my heart good this evening is to hear and to see when Khaleesi's papers come home from school, the comments that are put on her paper. Job well done, good job. I was doing all that when they were at home, and to let them go back into school, because with them being the things that they were doing were on the computer. Now it's particularly with them reading and writing that now is manual, and to hear that you guys are doing but more toward them working independent, it does my heart. Time, but then be rushed into all this. So thank you for this evening, because it put me at ease, and to let me know that, you guys are, you're not just forcing everything on them all at once. And that does my heart good. And another thing, I just want to say, the thing about the move, when they come into the classroom first thing in the morning, because I was doing that with them at home, their mood set the day up for me and them. And to hear that, you just don't know the smile that put on my face this evening to hear that.
Oh, that makes my heart feel full. Right, Mrs.
Thank you so
Thettu?
much. Thank you. I know we say that during the day to the
Yeah,
kids.
we do,
too.
Mrs.
Our
Thettu.
hearts
Really did
feel
need
full. Thank you. We appreciate
you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you very much.
You.
We
Hi, Mrs.
appreciate all
Buonomo,
of you.
Mrs. Thettu.
Hi, Khalees.
Oh, thank you all.
Hi, Estes and Kalai.
Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing.
All
Oh,
right, it's so great to see all of the students joining in, and we see Lexani. Awesome.
The good thing about Zoom is you can eat dinner.
Yeah.
I
Very
apologize.
true,
I'm in the
very
midst
true.
oh, no apologies needed. This was scheduled right in the middle of dinner time, so
I know.
we understand.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we appreciate all of you and taking the time out to join us this evening. Please feel free to reach out to one or both of us, where we can definitely, one of us will get back in touch with you as soon as we possibly can. And we look forward to being in partners in education with you all this year. Thank you.
I love seeing you there, Sadie. Hi.
Right here. Yes. Thanks,
we
everyone. Have a
answer?
good evening.
Thank you so much for being here.